What's up mga marig bitch? I wonder what you think when you hear this type of music. Some would classify such as kanta ng demonyo, harana ng satanas, or theme song ng impyerno. But despite of it being labeled satanic, there's actually a deeper history upon it. If you wanna know, just watch this video. Makinig sa vlog ko! Long ago, a dark wizard uses black magic to summon Satan himself. A horrific battle ensued, but a great demon was far too powerful. Snakes! Finish me, foul beast! Luckily, a blacksmith heard of his roars. No! Oh fuck! You chipped my tooth! I'm not complete! Benester, complete. What does that mean? From whence you came, you shower me, until you are complete again! Fuck you! No! No, I'm not complete! The demon was drawn back into the fires of hell, and the dark wizard was totally stoked to be alive. With a long draw on his hash pipe, the wizard devised ways to repay the blacksmith. The blacksmith loved the fair maiden. To gain her affection, he would need a true master skill that would leave the maiden moist and wanting. And so, the wizard fashioned the demon stood into a pig that would make the blacksmith play only the most masterful of melodies on his lute, thereby winning the heart of the maiden he loved. Nasaan ang pig? Tinatanong mo? Hindi ko alam, walang nakakaalam. Pero isa lang ang sigurado, si Papa Jesus ay ililigtas niya ang lahat ng mga tao. Amen. Anyways, I'm just goofing around referencing a good movie, Tenacious D, The Peak of Destiny. You should go watch it if you want to. But anyways, let's get serious and discuss the real history of rock and roll music. Anyways, the real history of rock and roll is quite undetermined because there's no specific or particular person to be acknowledged whoever first came up with rock and roll. Although the musical elements of rock can be similar of those of jazz, country, rhythm, and blues, can be reckoned as its formative form or descendants alike. Then way back up in the woods among the evergreens, Chuck Berry came, who is actually considered by some as the father of rock and roll. He might have figured the very essence of this music, guitarist the star in the juvenile zone. Evident from his song Johnny B. Good that he actually stole from Marty. From then on, many other artists and bands subsequently rode the crazy train. Introduced Elvis, the Beatles, Jimi Hendrix, Bob Dylan, Eddie Van Halen, Rolling Stones, Freddie Mercury, and a tons a lot of who, pushing rock to mainstream, and from then on just keeps progressing. As rock and roll, or is now only called rock, got more popular and recognized, then got revolutionized and has got a new definition. It abandoned its merry eccentric feel to evolve into music associated with murder, evil sex. Hence the stigma of it being the symphony of destruction. Though it will not be denied that most songs do talk about topics of war, politics, and evil personification, we have this thing called free speech or freedom of expression. This means a lot in a democratic society that we lived in, because if the higher powers somewhat disabled that free will, it would be solemnly considered as a vile, miserable dictatorship, even depriving us of our freedom. But despite the liberal basis of reasoning, we live in a society consists of dissimilar types of groups of individuals with variety of beliefs, moral standpoints, and superstitions. Meaning, there's some people that will be obstinate or close-minded of this angry masterpiece. During its mainstream around 1950s to 80s, religious protests and crusades against this horrifying music is kinda common, usually preaching about Jesus and dangers of Satan, exhibiting their faith through burnings of albums, posters, and band merchandises. But I think the music industry actually benefited from these rallies. So, to solve the social issue of obscenity or art, the Congress came up with this explicit consent advisory sticker that we see today on R-rated music albums, which is actually a reasonable settlement and fair for both parties. Rock had its continuity, and timid individuals are now warned of its vicinity. Now that we know the history of rock music, it's time to learn about the significance. But since I'm tired memorizing, I'm going to read this on my phone. Rock music is not about rebelling and being aggressive, but rather about revolution. It helped society to break loose from its conservative shackles to a more valid regime of being able to express what society truly needs. It made the youth absolute about what power they have as a citizen, that they can change the world by being activists and pacifists that leads to amelioration of a real democratic thinking. Rock did not summon Satan, it befriended him, then convinced all evil but produced rainbows. But unluckily, Rock died long ago in exchange for this. The end. Saan ako dito?